All right, last night, Rob G., how many innings did we have? The late, great Ernie Banks, who's a Hall of Fame shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, used to say, it's a beautiful day, let's play two. That was his thing about playing two. And guess what? Last night, they played two. They played 18 innings. That's 2 full games of Major League Baseball. And, of course, some fans were like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, that's too much baseball. And some people aren't, think that there's
a lot of people are not.
Rob G, who loves
I'm representative of the streets.
Right, yes.
Right? Because you know why they made sidewalks? Because the streets ain't for everybody. And I'm in the streets. Okay?
I'm taking it from you. I told you that.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there were 609 pitches thrown last night across 18 innings.
We synced them.
There were 19 pitchers that pitched in Game 3 last night. The game in totality, not the 18 innings, just under 400 minutes from first pitch to the final Freddie Freeman touching home plate. If you watch the game from about the 8th inning on, wild swings, everybody's trying to end it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens, too, because everybody's trying to hit it out, and that's how you get yourself out.
Yeah,
Foul pop-ups, all kinds of...
You got that one. You had managers who were like, hey, let me just get out of this one inning because we're going to finish it in the next inning, which ultimately led to the last pitcher on either side saying, I guess I'm going 50 pitches, 60 pitches. We might have to throw a position pitcher out there. Yamamoto, who had a complete game in Game 2, was prepared to go if this went further for the Dodgers.
He volunteered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. He started warming up.
The umpire decided he was going to have the widest strike zone ever for the last 4 innings because he was ready to get out of there.
What the ump was on. Yeah.
Right?
Well, he was a union umpire, so everything was a strike. I'm just saying.
All due respect to Smoltz and Joe Davis, who I think are great, but even they were like, hey, guys, we've been at this for about 7 hours now.
When Joe started talking about the watermelon slices,
I think we're ready to go. And in fact, just to sum it all up, to give you some full context, Game 2 was being discussed as an instant classic, right? Because how long it went, the drama, there was a lot of great plays either side.
A lot of guys got thrown out at the play.
Yes,
right.
defensive plays.
That's the part.
Ohtani was great, so on and so forth, right?
Will Klein, who knew that?
Fox Sports, just about an hour ago, released the ratings for Game 1 and Game 2. Game 2, the instant classic, was down 13%. A lot of it because it ended at 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Right. No, I get that.
So, guys, here's the question.
Stop saying Game 2. You mean Game 3.
Sorry. Yes, sorry.
Are you making me
Game
think?
2 to Game 3.
I don't remember Game 2
was
the classic.
The first
I'm like, dang, am I tripping?
You're right. My bad. I know they have that rule in the regular season where the guy goes to second base. Maybe that's a little too much. But do they need to put something in place to prevent this kind of thing from happening again?
No way, no how. You know why, Rob G? And I'm going to say this to you, Kelvin. Can you imagine the Dodgers losing that game because they put a man on second base, somebody bunted him over to third, and then they hit a sacrifice fly? So without a hit, you just lost a playoff game. Nobody is signing up for that. Am I right?
No,
Nobody would be like, oh, did you see that game? That was awesome. They put a man on second base. The next guy bunted him over, and then he had sacrifice fly, and we won.
Never having a hit.
Never having a hit. That's not the way you want the game to end. So there's no way you can do it. And that's why even baseball, because I'm not crazy about it during the regular season, I'm like, can we play the 10th inning regular? And then if we go past the 11th, maybe you say, okay, now we want to end it. But can we play? It would be like baseball saying, okay, now we're going to do the home run derby. Everybody, you get your 3 best home run hitters. You get 9 pitches. Whoever has the most home runs. You don't want to end the game that way. I get last night, and Rob G's point is accurate. For about 10 innings, there was no scoring. Mm-hmm. That's a long time. That's not that compelling. There were plays and whatnot, but still 10 innings without scoring. And what happens is they start to go through the lineup, pulling guys out. So, Kelvin, the problem is pinch runners are now in the lineup because you've subbed guys out.
Right.
So there are no hitters there. And then those guys they're not hitters. You know what I mean? So it's easy outs. Man, they got a man on. They can't get them in. No, they can't. No, those guys, they can't get them in because these pitchers will be able to get these guys out. So I don't think you can really change it. I understand it's not ideal to have an 18-inning game. But in no way do I want the regular season rules in the postseason. I would not feel comfortable or feel good about a game like that.
No, the answer is no, Rob G. Keep it as is. It's too much at stake. It's too much at stake because this is guys' legacies. This is their team's legacy. The Dodgers couldn't win a World Series for years up until they finally won. Well, what's going on? Dave Roberts ain't this. And, is Clayton Kershaw's not clutch. And if you're the Blue Jays, 32 years. There's too much at stake. Guys get in the Hall of Fame because what's the first thing you do? He's a 2-time Hall of Famer, 6-time All-Star. All of these things matter. Your accolades, these things. When we go to your baseball preference page, reference page, and we click on it, it shows all your info. That matters. And if I'm not getting things because, like you said, an easy little bloop over there and then the game's over.
Yeah, you would be like, what?
You want it to be earned. And part of being earned is strategy. How long do I go with Will Klein? Will Klein, the most he'd ever pitched for the Dodgers, or in his career, but I'm saying for the Dodgers, their pitcher Will Klein, was 36 pitches. He pitched 72. When do you keep him in? Do you not? I love the strategy that goes, like you mentioned. All right, do I go for the pinch run now? We trying to get a run here?
Right.
Or do I not?
I got to keep the bat in the lineup? Do I keep the bat?
Do I put him at DH? Do I not? That's one of the great things about baseball. There's so many little, small, intricate things and details that go into it. So you can't change it. And again, you don't want to change something for an anomaly. 18 innings doesn't happen at all. I know it happened back in 2018, but it doesn't happen every year. So I don't want to change something for something that could maybe not happen again for another 25, 35 years, and I'm changing rules for that. I believe most people who watched that enjoyed it. I believe most people thought it was just crazy, wild, and fun, and they can always say, remember that wild Game 3 back in 2025. And I think you want to be able to have that and enjoy that, and that's part of it. Because the basketball equivalent would be, if it was 5 overtimes, you'd be like, yo, that was crazy until Steph finally hit that 3.
You mean you missed that 3?
Yeah, you're right. Let me give me somebody else. Chauncey.
Because that was to win the game, so it wasn't Steph.
He tied it the other day.
Okay. No, but it wasn't a postseason game.
I know. He tied it with 20 seconds left, and I was like, we should talk about this.
No, we should
And then
not.
the NBA was like, nah, we're going to talk about gambling. That's literally what happened. I was like, ooh, Rob G, we could talk about if Steph finally clutch or not, and then they was like, we're going to drop this hammer. But no, I'm not with you. I know it's a lot, but believe it or not, the fact that it is a lot is what made it great because it's almost unbelievable. You're like, okay, how many times did they start hitting home runs to the track? You're like, oh.
It was not right.
It was just, yeah. So I think that's what makes baseball unique. You don't want to take that away, and I'm not taking something away based off of an anomaly. Now, if this started to happen regularly, okay, that was insane. If regular, like this year, let's say next year, skip a year or two, and then again, all right, now we got to maybe start having conversations. It might not happen again for a decade, 15, 20 years.
Right. That's what it's not like it's a regular occurrence or, you run into these things where you have every game's an extra inning game. It just doesn't happen like that. That's an anomaly. And it doesn't happen. And
so if it's that rare, then why don't you instill a rule, say, after the 15th inning, where you're going to start doing this?
Because you want to win the game based off of the merit of the game.
Okay, I totally understand what you're saying. But you guys both also work in media, in addition to just being sports fans. Who was last night's game good for? Was it good for Fox that ended at 3 a.m. Eastern?
No, it's not.
Was it good for the players who have to play again 14 hours later? No,
okay,
it is not.
But can I give
Is it good for the fans who are in the stands? No, it is not. Half of them were asleep.
Okay, here's what it's good for.
Okay.
The integrity of the sport, that the game ended and it wasn't like
you all had a chance to win.
Everybody had a chance, and you don't feel like, yeah, they won, but you remember they put a man on second base and they didn't really earn it. Do you know what I mean?
The players want to win based on the play. Let us win the game.
Right.
We don't want nothing else happen. We don't want a weird rule. We don't want this. Let us finish it on the field and let the best man, in this case, best team, win.
All right.
Y'all are crazy.
No, we're not.
No, I'm starting to think, Rob, you don't like sports.
I like entertainment.
No, he usually loves the postseason baseball.
I love postseason baseball.
Right, I know
he don't like
the drama. Every pitch matters is so much better than the other sports.
Yeah, it does.
But when you get to the 15th inning,
no, I get it.
Listen, I had to be up at 3:50 in the morning. I feel you. I was going through it. Okay, as was
That's
mine.
amazing that your wife was like, "You got to finish."
She rolled over. She's like, "Is it still going?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting to bed now, but don't even worry about it. You got to finish it now." And I put the app right on my phone. was in the bed, turned the light low. Like, okay, I'll finish it.
I'm just amazed with the hours that you keep that your wife's not in a separate bedroom. You know what I mean?
Trying to
no, because you got to get up so early.
No,
I'm dead serious.
I'm a ninja. That sounds crazy nowadays, the way people reference that. But
Rob, I got a question for you. I'm not a sports guy, but I think you guys are both crazy. Rob Parker, do you like 4-hour radio shows?
No.
Why?
I just think that, to me,
too long?
Yeah, a 3-hour radio show is perfect.
Okay, so now let's just keep it in here, right? 7th inning, no more beers at Dodger Stadium, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3-4 more hours where there's no beer, no hits, people have work still. What's the appeal to sit there?
Did y'all see the stands? Why y'all telling us? Don't talk to me. Talk to me. The 56,000 people that were there.
But
they
you know
paid.
what? But you know, no one's leaving. Okay, this is a World Series game, and God forbid you walk out. You know, you walk out and then somebody hits a walk-up. You'll never forgive yourself. Not a regular season game on a Tuesday night. I got to get the kids. I got to get the kids,
right.
You know what I mean, to school.
And I got to get to work.
You're at a World Series game. Scott was there with his son, right?
Last night?
Yeah. I don't think that he left. Matter of fact, I saw our boss, Scott Shapiro. I saw his Instagram or whatever, and it said, yep, we stayed the entire night. Yeah, and he's got like a 9 or 10-year-old boy.
That's because Scott's a cool dad, and he's like, you're not going to school tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just saying.
And these tickets were comp, so we're fine.
That's fine.
I don't know about World Series tickets are not comp.
Hey,
somebody has to pay for them. I'm just saying.
Well, do you think Scott paid for them, or you think he knows somebody?
I said somebody's got to pay for them. I didn't say Scott paid
Just
for
like somebody paid for that glizzy.
You know,
it wasn't you.
My man, I got some tickets, my man.
My man, Scott. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.